Joining us now with more on what this deal means for Yahoo is Rubin. He's the principal analyst at Reticle Research, an advisory and consulting firm that focuses on analyzing the impact of consumer technologies. Thank you so much for joining us, Ross. So does this acquisition of Tumblr by Yahoo help Yahoo up its cool factor, which many have said has been sorely lacking?
Well, that's one of the easier questions to answer about the acquisition, which is yes. Tumblr is a Web 2.0 company. It's got a lot of appeal to younger web consumers, and that can help renovate Yahoo's relevance to them.
But just today, a couple of Tumblr users were using social media to lament this acquisition, saying that they weren't so happy about it.
Well, there will always be some who are concerned that their favorite band has sold out, but this is a natural progression for hot startups.
So what are the advantages of this acquisition for Yahoo?
Well, Yahoo has long sought a place where consumers could go to share links, post photos. We've seen that sort of synergy between Facebook and Instagram, and this is an opportunity for them to create a similar synergy with Flickr.
And they couldn't have devised their own site that accommodates this rather than forking over $1.1 billion.
It's a new management team, but they did try this a few years ago with Yahoo 360, which didn't really pan out very well. And we see Google struggling to do this with Google+, so it's not easy.
So it's better to have a following and purchase that following.
Well, this is a company that's been able to build up momentum, and Yahoo says it's going to let them continue along their path.
But that $1.1 billion price tag, how is Yahoo going to justify that from a revenue point of view? How can Tumblr be monetized?
Well, it's very difficult to monetize it in the short term at a level that would be relevant for a company the size of Yahoo. But there are advertising opportunities. There's the opportunity to generate original content, curated content. One way to think of it is the same way that Amazon and Netflix are investing in original programming.
But from what I understand, Tumblr has not been that successful in shifting onto mobile devices, and that is where the big trend is going, and that's where a lot of the social networks are struggling to get ad relevance. So what's the concept? What's the thinking behind that?
Advertising on mobile has been a challenging endeavor for many companies, and there's a faith that it will pick up over time to match the amount of time consumers spend on those devices. Tumblr isn't perhaps as pure a mobile play as Twitter. Perhaps it's somewhere between Twitter and Facebook.
So will this help Yahoo compete more effectively with the likes of Google, for example?
It's a good asset and a complementary asset. Only time will tell if it bears out the purchase price.
Now, Marissa Mayer, using some not such an encouraging word as far as I'm concerned, promising to not screw it up.
That's a pretty low bar.
That is a pretty low bar. It does not exactly instill a lot of confidence in me. What's your take on that?
Well, hopefully it's an understatement. Clearly, Yahoo has struggled before with some high-profile acquisitions, some of which were very hot at the time. But this is a new management team, and they're saying that they want to let Tumblr be Tumblr. Still, to capitalize, there will have to be some degree of integration.
So what's the idea behind keeping it as a separate entity, if you will?
Well, it's really to preserve that entrepreneurial spirit, to provide the support and resources that Tumblr needs without smothering it. You don't want to ignore it because then you wind up with a situation like Flickr.
So what would be the major advantage that you see happening from this deal for Yahoo?
There's advertising support for Tumblr. There's an opportunity to integrate with Flickr. There's a chance to promote it to brands and celebrities. The idea is to get it to be that third icon alongside Facebook and Twitter.
Now, at $1.1 billion, you don't think that this is an over-evaluation?
Well, that's where the market has been headed recently in terms of valuation for hot startups. We saw Facebook purchase Instagram at that billion-dollar price, and what Yahoo is getting from the deal is arguably more value to them than what Facebook got from Instagram. Facebook was already very active in the photo sharing space.
So very quickly, how does this fit in with Marissa Mayer's overall strategy?
Well, it's about content aggregation, content curation, and mobile.
Okay. All right. We're going to have to leave it there. We're out of time. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Rubin, Principal Analyst at Reticle Research.